Chris Cordova, watching old WCW shows. The Vince Russo, fuck the marks, Russo was cooking. The episode of Grand Wizard Kevin Nash as Scott Hall's manager had me howling. I had to go back and find that because I'd forgotten about that. Classic Russo. Gotta love.
That's when they were no longer drug testing. What do you want me to do? Let me take a car ride. I'll be right back.
Vince was straight as an arrow, right? He's
yeah,
I don't think he's ever touched it.
No, I'm not.
Sounded like a good idea to you.
It did when I came back.
You didn't just go to the top row of the bleacher.
No, that was when we were. That was somebody. I think Conan buries us saying that when they fired Kid, me and Scott stopped helping. Didn't give any ideas anymore. Don't you imagine that?
You also, if my chapter's correct in my book I'm working on with one of your friends, Eric was put in a closed room with you and Scott and kind of pinned in a corner, maybe something like that. Circled the desk, maybe took your watch off. And
it was all for effect.
All right.
Just want our boy back.
Exactly.
Then he goes and he went back and fucking definitely. That was one of the things that.
One of the effective negotiation strategies?
No, but that didn't help the fact that we were. I would say it expedited our death. Taking somebody that was as talented, as versatile as he was.
You were emotionally invested on Sean's part.
We were emotionally invested because the five of us made a pact and we kept it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't, you're talking about, you can say whatever the fuck you want to about that business, and we're liars and we're thieves. The Kliq wasn't. We took care of each other.
You took care of each other. Certainly, one of the stories in Waltman's book was when you stayed up all night when he was out of it one time, and you guys were standing him in the shower, and it's like a comedy of it's like the scene that plays out that I had the pleasure of being able to recreate with words was so who was new there? Paul was new, and
so Paul smacks him.
Go ahead.
So Sean's taken is somewhat out of his mind, and he goes into complete soma convulsions, and we're like at a Denny's. So we get him out in the parking lot. We're like, come on, you gotta snap out of it. And everybody's smacking him, and then Paul walks over and smacks him. We're like, hey, you ain't been with us long enough
to hit him.
To hit him? Just bail. We go in and we pay for the meal. And what it was, Kid drank I think it was a strawberry shake. It was like one of those things that we used to always say that certain things kicked him in. Yeah, right.
You guys with your fucking carbs and all that shit.
Fuck. So we get to the hotel, and we're afraid he's going to OD. So and Kid's always been strong, like wiry. Like he's one of those guys who do push-ups and dips all day long. So we strip him down to his underwear, and we get the shower ice cold, and we fucking put him in the shower. And he's fighting us like a fucking badger. And we're fucking holding him in this fucking thing. And then we'd get him out, and we'd wrap the robe around him, and we'd take turns walking him up and down the hallway. And we'd walk him up and down, As soon as he'd start to fucking back in the fucking shower. We did this fucking for hours.
Yeah. I guess this would be cool. I'm going to read you the end of the chapter that I wrote about this incident. I don't say anything because my favorite line is yours. Okay. Again, I remembered none of this. I'm told I was so out of it that my boys became concerned and tried to get me to regain consciousness once getting me to the hotel. None of them, except Paul, were likely in any condition resembling normal, and there they were, trying to revive a possible future star of Weekend at Bernie's reboot. It must have been some fucking scene. Paul began smacking me out of desperation, trying to wake me. Scott got pissed at him. Yo, he yelled, you haven't been with the company long enough to hit him that hard. I vaguely remember some of their efforts, like throwing me in a cold shower. That made a memorable impression, though not enough to bring me out of my stupor. I was in pretty bad shape. Enough so for Kev to volunteer sitting up in my hotel room and babysitting my unconscious ass all night. I woke up in the morning, and there he was, just staring at me. The guy stayed up all night and watched over me, making sure I would be okay. We had to put you in the shower, he said. I felt badly, but was so impressed by how they'd stood by me. These guys were special. Kev went on. I couldn't believe how small your dick looked. Come on, if that doesn't sell the book, I don't know what does. That's so fucking Nash. That's so...
Do you know what he says after that?
No.
He says, no matter how it looked to you, I just want to thank you for saving my life.
Exactly.
Oh, fuck, man.
That's a good place to remind everyone that Kliq does